Making butter at home is extremely simple, but here's the truth. Most industrial butter is engineered for profit, not flavor. To save money, they sacrifice texture, purity, and most importantly, your ability to customize it. Today, I'm going to show you how to take back control and make homemade butter right. Before you make butter, you actually need to understand what it is. In order to make butter, you first need to have milk, then cream, and then you can make butter. So butter is a byproduct of cream. The percentage of fat in cream depends on the percentage of fat that there is in the milk that is used to create the cream. So milk that is not rich in fat will create cream that is light in fat, between 10 to 18% of fat content. To make butter, you need the right cream. Imagine 18 people in a room running around. They might bump into each other once or twice, but they have plenty of space. This is called light cream. It has around 10 to 18% of fat content. It's great for cooking, but no matter how much you mix it, it will never be butter. And now you put 35 people in that same room. It's crowded. They have no choice but to smash into each other. This is called heavy cream. It has around 35% of fat content or more, and it's the butter zone. So you ask me, how butter is actually made? When you agitate or mix cream, those fat droplets collide and stick together, forming a network. First, you get whipped cream, but keep going, the fat clumps, and you end up with two products, butter and buttermilk.
So, in conclusion, butter is high-fat cream agitation.
Now that you know the theory, here's how to actually make it. Add heavy cream to a stand mixer. Mix on high speed until it becomes whipped cream. Then, it starts to turn yellow and the fat clumps together. Keep mixing until it fully splits into buttermilk and butter. Strain the buttermilk and save it if you want. It's great for cakes or fried chicken. Most people skip the next step, and it's the reason their butter spoils in 2 days. You need to squeeze that butter like it owes you money. Rinse it in ice cold water until that water runs crystal clear. If the water is cloudy, there's still buttermilk in there. Buttermilk is composed by water, proteins, and sugars. That's a perfect breeding ground for mold and bacteria. That's why buttermilk is the enemy of butter's shelf life. Season it with salt and shape it however you want. Homemade butter lasts up to 2 or 3 weeks in the fridge or up to 6 to 1 year in the freezer, depending on how roughly the buttermilk is washed out and if it's salted. For the longest shelf life, ensure you remove all buttermilk, season it well, and store it in a tightly sealed, airtight container. Now that you know how to make it, you're probably wondering, if butter is so simple to make, why is some butter so expensive? Expensive butter costs more because of 3 things: water, time, and the source. Cheap butter has more water. It's completely fine to eat, but it lacks on flavor. Expensive butter has a higher fat percentage, so less water means more richness. High-end butter is often cultured. This means they let the cream ferment with good bacteria. It takes more time and labor, but it adds a tangy, complex flavor you can't get any other way. So time always increases the price of butter. The quality of life of the animal matters. The food, if it's free range, and naturally, some races have more content of fat in the milk than other races. So the price usually reflects on fat content, fermentation, and production quality. So in conclusion, use the cheap stuff for baking and dishes that the flavor of butter doesn't matter, and the expensive stuff for where the flavor can actually stand out, like for example, when you are eating it directly on bread. Homemade butter sits in the sweet spot. You're getting that high-level flavor, and as a bonus, you can salt it to your taste and customize it. And the best part, you can actually make that expensive cultured butter at home too. It just takes more time. Now that you know how to make real butter, you've mastered the foundation. But the fun part isn't just making it, it's what you do with it next. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to turn this base into compound butters. Think of herbs, blooming spices, and being creative.